So my video cut off a little bit earlier because my battery was low and I didn't have the thing charging. But I'm not gonna go all into this. I'm just gonna do I'm just gonna share with you guys what I'm doing. That was the intention of this original video. So I'm gonna stick to that. I am preparing for my day. Um, According to my astrological chart, my natal chart, I am meant to do spiritual work and stuff like that. Literally every day of my life, it is supposed to be a part of my routine. And one of the ways that I do that, um, I actually like to read my Bible. Um, I've been thinking about actually purchasing me another Bible, so I might do that at some point in time. But for now, I do have my iPad and we have the app on here. So I'm going to quietly do that. But I'm being led to go back to Genesis because as I was sitting in meditation, trying to figure out where to start reading in my Bible, my spirit reminded me that we are in the last days. And scripture teaches that the last days would basically be like the days of Noah. So that's where I'm starting right now to see what was going on there again. After I read my Bible, I feel like I'm going to, incorporate some of my tarot. I'll pull a card for myself. Um, I'll do a reading for myself. Yeah. Um, and I'll sit and I'll meditate on that. I'll record the message for myself, and so that I can just have it to refer back to. I do not have a journal, but I plan to purchase myself one while I'm here, so that I can begin to write thoughts as they come to me as well. The last time I did that, and this is just a sidebar, the last time I wrote down a lot of the thoughts that I feel and downloads that Spirit gave me, I wrote a book. Let's just put it like that. Okay, so that's that with that. Without further ado, let me hop into this that excites me so much. I'll be back. mention something that I feel is really cool right now that I'm seeing. So in Genesis chapter 6, it's telling us exactly how the Most High said that all flesh will be destroyed. In verse 13, it says, and God said unto Noah, oh my God, and let me tell you this. This is chapter 6, verse 13. When I was learning more about Torah and how the government was reestablished in the earth after, um, after the flood and all that good stuff, it is said that there are actually 613 commandments that were given to our ancestor Moses. And so 6:13, Genesis chapter 6:13, most of these laws are in alignment with nature. So keep that in mind. When I read this scripture, that was another thing that Spirit just reminded me of, in my opinion. So here's what it says. And God said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them. And behold, I will destroy them with the earth. I know that may seem like, oh my God, that is so simple, Judah. But when you think about it, that's exactly how there's been a cataclysmic event that always restarts, right? After all the ages, after we go through every age, every time period, every cycle that we are supposed to and stuff, then the world is cleansed, the world is set free, if you will, through a series of cataclysmic events. And they're all natural. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say I just find that to be, they're all through the earth. They're all through the earth that it happens. Mind you, the earth is feminine. It's a feminine principle. Okay? So I just thought that was pretty neat. Anyways, make thee an ark of gopher wood, rooms shalt thou make in the ark, and shalt pitch it within and without with pitch. And this is the fashion which thou shalt make it of. And then it goes further into that. So 17 goes more into detail about the type of devastating way that the earth would be destroyed. And behold, I do bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh, wherein is the breath of life. The breath of life is supposed to be the Holy Spirit from under heaven, and everything that is in the earth shall die. So this flood is going to kill everything that exists. And it said everything that is made of flesh and that has the breath of life in it. So, oh child. So it says, but thee, or rather, but with thee will I establish my covenant. So this is the way that God chose to continue to have the original covenant that was meant. There was always a covenant in the beginning of the earth. And that covenant was seen with every class of creatures that the Most High God, which wasn't just one God, but anyway, there was always these boundaries, these coasts, these parameters that were put in place for every species that was created. And that law was transgressed when the angels or sons of God began to mix with other classes of people. Okay? Anyway. And also, by the way, them doing that made it, with it breaking the covenant, it just created lawlessness, which meant that other species could then mix with each other. and they were creating all manner of different species that were not of the Most High and were not natural. So, anyway, it says, "But with thee I will establish my covenant, and thou shalt come into the ark, thou and thy sons and thy wife, and thy sons' wives with thee. And of every living thing of all flesh, two of every sort shalt thou bring into the ark to keep them alive with thee. They shall be male and female," guys. Like, I don't know why. I think this is important, especially when we have in this season, information about how the angels were. And that's cool how the angels were. The angels, from my understanding and what I began to learn, y'all, the angels, um, it is possible that angels embody both the masculine and feminine within their bodies. Um, Everybody has that to a degree, but when we come here and we are incarnated into the flesh, then that becomes separated now. That becomes separated now. And so now there is male and female, like real a man and a woman. That is distinct. It is separate. Not like in bad terms, it's just it's separated. Whereas at first it was unionized, it was harmonized, and it was one. And I believe it was one potentially in one body. If not, then it would denote that angels have always been male and female. So I'm not going to go too deep into that because I have not yet found anything else to support that just yet. So to me, angels, I feel embodied both potentially. Um, or they were always divided. They were always male and female. And I say that to say because God said that mankind was created in the image and the likeness. So they looked like the beings that they come from. And if you made them male and female, then that would tell me that the angels, and I just have a very basic understanding, it would tell me that the angels were male and female. Okay. But I digress because I don't know, and I need to sit with that more and research that probably some more. All right, but anyway, so it says of fowls after their kind, and of cattle after their kind, and of every creeping thing of the earth after his kind, and two of every sort shall come unto thee to keep them alive. And take thou unto thee of all food that is eaten, and thou shalt gather it to thee, and it shall be for food for thee and for them. And Noah did as he was commanded. So, boom, that's the end of my little Bible portion, which I would say that that is a Torah portion, okay, because instructions were being given, very specific ones. All right. Oops. So these are the two new decks that I purchased, and I'm going to use them. To get the booklet. Let me hurry up because I don't want this to be a really long and drawn out video. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. All right. Thank you, Spirit, for the messages for myself and for my highest good and the highest good of anybody that is connected to me. Thank you so much for the messages that are going to make sense to all of us, but most especially to me. Saw the High Priestess and the Five of Chalices, And I am still seeing the Five of Chalices and the Ace of Chalices. Okay. I'm going to do this one more time. Five of Pentacles, Ace of Chalices. Damn. What is that? 555? Thank you for the message for the day, Spirit, in the form of one card. Let the first card be the strongest energy. Okay. First card, strongest energy. This is like the Nine of Stakes. The Nine of Stakes in reverse. And this is the Ten of Chalices in the upright. I have a big smile on my face because this makes me feel like just really good energy. Traditionally, the Nine of Swords, because that's what the stakes are. No. Sorry. That's not this. The Nine of Stakes, excuse me, is the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands in reverse. So the Nine of Wands in reverse would be possibly surrender. Let's see. Let me get it from the book because now I don't feel like I know exactly what the message is. So give me a minute. Let us use a card to hold this face because I'm going to need that in a minute. So the Nine of Stakes is what we're looking for. In reverse. Here's what it means. It says, what if the monster that you think you're fighting isn't really there? It may feel like you're being hunted, but no one is lurking in the shadows, waiting to pounce. And there is no big bad, no master plan to defeat you, but there is some paranoia that you should deal with. Your fear is getting in the way of your victory. So it's time to get it in check. I definitely feel like that can resonate. So, not only that, y'all, I really feel like the fear is leaving. That's what I think. I think that with understanding and coming into the knowledge of that it has all been in my head in a way, whatever part of my fears are about, coming to that understanding and that knowledge and that recollection, it's about to help me be like, okay, girl, it's like it helps me get my power back. So let's go to the Ten of Chalices. The Ten of Chalices upright, and it says this card symbolizes family, chosen, nuclear, blended, or supernatural. They are your people, and you are being invited to relax into their familiar embraces. You may be feeling fulfilled by time with your Scoobies, secret rendezvous in a crypt, or bonding with your coven. Whatever the case, keep prioritizing time for them. Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune was my bookmark card. I really feel like this is about just getting with this. This talked about being with your family, your chosen family, and I think that everything that they said in that they were calling family, I think that that's what the Ten of Cups represents. It represents your chosen family. It represents your biological, your blended, and then the people who are your friends and soul tribe that you enjoy being around. You want to spend time with them, right? That's what the Ten of Cups really talks about. It talks about all of that being in alignment. Your family, the family that you've made, and your friends and people who love and support you. So I feel like once this fear is acknowledged and removed, and I realized that I was paranoid and that that there is no stronghold over me, whatever that may look like for me, that's when I'm gonna like be able to kind of break free from that. I see the moon at the bottom of the deck, which talks about emotions, my intuition, um, the Six of Stakes, which the Six of Stakes is like victory. Oh, wait a minute. I think this is one, two, three, four, five. Yeah, that's, I was right. The Six of Stakes is like victory, leveling up, getting, becoming skillful at something, and death, which talks about transformations, big changes. Okay, so that is the ending of a cycle. So that's good to me. Very good energy. Um, I think I can feel all of this. Like the moon is all about feelings too, and emotions and spiritual things. So yeah, I don't feel like I need to clarify anything. That'll just sit there. And look at what we've got here. In the traditional tarot, should I put this at the bottom? Should I put it like that? Let's just do it like that. At the bottom of the deck, I have the Two of Wands, which will be about, figuring out what I want to do, how I want to move moving forward. Five of Swords, which is, this is giving protection this time. It's giving protection, it's giving strategy and justice. This is karma, this is balance being restored. I like it. That's the overall energy for that. And that's coming after, after some things that brought about change, after some things that there may have been some heaviness, some grief, some sadness, remorse, some guilt even around. A time of a lot of loss. So coming out of loss, such a beautiful energy. All right. So we got the Temperance card here. The Temperance card for me, I really want to know a little bit more about what temperance, oh, moderation, balance, balance. Uh, Basically, I feel like this deals with knowing um, when, why, and how. When it's about what, when, why, and how much to do something. Okay. The Knight of Swords is next. So, getting really focused. This is about me and about those of us who are going to resonate with this reading. Um, Being very driven and focused on creating balance in this life, moderation in our lives. And we have the protection to do this. And then the Four of Wands is here. I feel like there's going to be like a beautiful commitment. It feels like a beautiful commitment after that is going to happen. The Four of Wands can deal with union, celebrations, wedding, social events. It can deal with just festive and happy, jovial times, knowing that this is good feelings, good vibes, like you have a reason to be happy and to be joyful. That was a song that kept playing in my spirit as when I woke up this morning. Joy, joy, um, soul saving joy, joy in my soul. And then there was another one that talked about Jesus a lot. What was that damn song? It was no, it was from the rising of the sun to the going down of the same. Jesus, Jesus is worthy, worthy to be praised. Um, for me, Jesus represents healing. It represents the sun, um, literally the sun, and then it also represents like clarity and knowledge, knowledge of yourself, um, the sun sheds light even on the dark energies within us. So when we come into the knowledge about why we are the ways that we are, we can heal from those spaces, and we can make wiser decisions and choices. So I love that for us. And healing, we can move on through the cycle of life, through these new, the seasons aren't actually new, they're the same, but they're going to feel like new because you've got a whole new mentality, or there have been parts of your mentality that have been repaired by way of having to focus on and deal with yourself. Okay, another thing that I'm seeing here, guys, that I feel is there's a possibility that someone who has Sagittarius in their chart, Gemini, Libra, and or Aquarius, also Aries, Leo, or Sag, I feel as if this person too has a decision to make. And I think that they are in this place of thinking about it, mulling it over, um, battling with themselves, and really trying to figure out the strategy. I think it'll come. They'll figure it out. They too could have had an energy of paranoia and fears that was holding them back, and they have a choice before them to experience life or to continue in the paranoia and to continue in the fear. I think that they're going to get some type of insight. Maybe they're going to study. Maybe they're going to start educating themselves. Maybe they will have downloads. I don't know how it's going to happen, but that Knight of Swords makes me think about focus and drive, determination, and they move very quickly. The Swords deals with ideas and strategies. So anytime I see the Knight of Swords, I feel things about dispatch, or it could be very fast communications. So I feel like somebody is going to have this conversation about bare minimum, getting married, cohabitation. And if it ain't no have a conversation about it, somebody is planning on that being what happens. And this could be happening soon, fast. It could appear as all of a sudden, but it'll be karmic. It'll be what was supposed to happen. I feel with the Justice card coming out, this is going to be what's meant. All right. That's the reading. Okay, have a wonderful day. Now I'll probably just be meditating on this all day.